All right, everybody. Welcome to a one shot in the Sven Zone. We have DM Nick. Um, Mantha is going to be joining us, so she's just running a couple of moments late. She got a text from her, so I'll make sure I fix that as well on the stream. But we have with us not only a special DM. Oh, I don't see you on camera. Are you on camera, Nick? Did I mess it up?
Pretty sure it's
Okay,
on. Let me just make sure I don't.
Yeah,
Yep, I do have my
I
on.
see you on the
perfect. So it's my end. I
video.
I, I can fix that. So
Perfect.
he is in the shadows right now. He's DMing from the shadows, but he'll be here shortly
Ooh.
uh, in vision as well as in voice. So, Nick, go ahead and take it away. We also, oh, by the way, I did mention Jingo. So, Jingo, go ahead and tell us who you are and where we can find you if we like what we see
Uh-huh.
tonight.
I am Jingo the Fool. You can find me on my channel, The Ship of Fools, occasionally. Not currently very active over there right now, but you can also find me over at my Better Half's channel, Martian Cat. We stream on Wednesday nights doing storybooks, a little bit of live action role play there. Um, Come check us out. I do many bad accents and funny faces, and have a good time with it.
I agree. It's called Choices, and it's one of those from the old school uh, choose your own adventure books.
Yeah.
And she does some that are more romance related, but right now they're in the middle of a cool one where they're elven in this fey court and stuff with magic and things. So all different types. They've done vampires before, stories and stuff. So it's pretty cool. You should definitely check them out. Martian Cat with a K. All right, so you are now live on camera, Nick.
Mhm.
Uh, Tell us who
Peace.
you are and where we can find you, and take it away.
I'm Nick, player here in the Sven Zone and occasional DM. Uh, you can pretty much just find me here. I don't have much of an online presence outside of that. Um, but yeah, join us on Thursdays if you want to see more of me. Whether I'm playing as Tusk the Barbarian or in a one shot or DMing our Crystal Heart campaign. Yeah. But tonight we got a special little Halloween one shot that is, if it's not obvious by the character names, bit of a dastardly mystery with some meddling kids. Very Scooby Doo themes, but also pulling from some D&D mysteries. So yeah, don't know how long this will go for, as I haven't actually run a pure mystery adventure before. So it should be a lot of fun. See what ends up happening. And trying to see, is there anything else before we? Uh, Hopefully, Mantha will be on here in a moment. But I guess while we are waiting, I can give us the sort of starting adventure as our gang of adventurers have been traveling the lands, coming across mysteries and helping solve them. Um, at one point in your magical blue and green with orange flowers cart, um, a
Nice.
raven dropped a black book um, on your guys' laps before flying off and kind of uh, yeah, flying before flying off. This black book that got dubbed the Book of the Raven. Nope, not what I wanted to do. I wanted to share. It was this bound kind of leather with kind of scratch marks from uh, raven claws and little text.
Okay.
Um,
Like, what a creepy book!
Is this what's the cover made of? Is it wood? Looks like wood almost.
Uh, that it does. However, it just says that it's made of leather, or it's actually
Okay.
no. Book description: unvarnished thin sheets of black oak.
Ooh, okay.
That have been scratched with covered with bird scratches and little indents from pecking beaks. Um, the book does not have a title, though it appears to be a aged journal. But within the tucked within the first couple pages was a little map that had a little riddle with directions to follow, written in the corner.
So look, this map says follow the trail to the Hand and Horn, past Three Tree Hill, over River Warren, to the Worm's Mark in the foggy moors. West of there, the treasure's yours.
Zykes like treasure?
Do I know of
Ah,
any of these places?
So you have heard tales of these various landmarks as you pass through the nearby village of Witchway.
Nice.
which way? No.
This way. To which you are easily able to then navigate and find these various landmarks, many of which have not been traversed in a very long time. As we, you know, go over the land, you see this rock that's looks like a hand or possibly a horn, depending on what direction you look at it. Pass by a large hill that has three trees on top of it. A still sort of functional wooden bridge, and a long, um, scorched ruin of the scorch of the red worm. Find yourself into this foggy moor. Um,
Like, I can't believe we're following this creepy map from a creepier book. Zykes.
Yes, but think of all the good we could do with this treasure, and all the people we could help with this.
Think of all the pizza we could buy. Yeah, pizza. Yeah.
Think of all the traps we can make.
yeah. I will
Oh, hey, Fred.
add, as you read through the book, it appears to be a journal documenting a tale of Vistani kindness. The Vistani being a group of traveling people. Think of them as fantasy Romani people, and the author of which, having broke their leg while traveling, was picked up by some Vistani travelers who nursed her back to health as they continued to travel through some dark and dangerous lands. The last pages do tell of them approaching a tall, dark castle, though the description of which is cut off midway with a appeared flash of the ink pen, seemingly interrupted mid-sentence. That's kind of what the book details. The map is a bit more interesting in that case, where it leads you to a I think I'm saying this word wrong, but it says it's a chalet.
Chalet. CHALET.
That's the word.
Chalet. Yeah, it's a French word for a mountain villa.
Uh, you come across this appears to be a kind of decaying kind of stone chalet. It looks to be 3 stories tall with a small little graveyard off to one side. As you hear the caws of crows or ravens kind of seemingly dotting around the premises. I'll share our little first map.
Like,
As
that's
you approach.
totally not creepy.
As you kind of start to approach the building, you see a familiar raven kind of landing on a little bus that's near the front door that kind of stares at you.
All right, I've seen enough. Never more.
I'm just.
What is the
Jingo,
weather like?
I love you. That's great. You're doing so good.
It's overcast at this point. It's kind of a little bit later in the day to where the sun seems to be setting, but you still have like good couple more hours of, or a couple good like hour left of sunlight. But it is very foggy. Can't really beyond the general premises. It seems to be fog seems to kind of cover the land.
It's a nice image. I like that.
Yeah, came with the adventure.
You think anybody's home? It's almost dinner time.
Speaking of witches, I want to spend a couple minutes looking. Are there any lights on? Is there any movement within the house? Any windows?
Give me have you guys give me a perception check.
And while he's doing that, I would also like to just look at the ground to see if there are any tracks of recent animals or people or any kind of traffic here.
All right, I'll have you give me a survival check. You can give me with advantage as Scooby helps you.
All right, are you going to push the roll or should I just roll?
I will.
All right.
There you go. One of my few inputs I actually have. I try to make use of it when I can.
Yeah, I run a no frills fantasy grounds. I don't have any of the cool toys.
Yeah, I keep pushing him to get more. Like the first one's free. Try this one. Try this one.
My fantasy grounds habit is expensive enough already.
Well, Shaggy, as you kind of survey the land, it does not appear like there are any fresh tracks outside of your own. You do see some bird droppings. As I yeah, you do see some just what looks to be some
I'll teach you to meddle in my affairs.
both
Quick, Scoob, do
wet bird
something!
droppings and pellets. Along
Gee,
your-
Uncle Scoob, if you want to open a door, all you gotta do is
other than
push.
that, you see no cracks of any kind.
All right, shadow creature, you're dealing with Scrappy
and also
Doo
not seeing
now.
any animal
Prepare
tracks in the
to
area
splat.
either as you kind of check the
Like, come
area
on,
kind of
Scrappy,
approaching.
run now!
Guys, I don't think
Splat
anybody lives
later.
here. Let's find someplace else.
Well, there's one way to find out. And Fred starts to move to go knock on the creepy door.
I was afraid you
Hey
were
out
going to
there,
do that.
mystery lovers. Velma here. No mysteries to report, just another
Scrappy
Friday
lets you know
night.
that there does appear to
I'm
be
by
some windows
myself,
on the
as
sides of the
usual.
building. Looks like to be, you know, at least one on the little tower in the corner, and a couple just on the side facing towards the graveyard. It also looks like there's one around the other side of the house, as you seemingly looking at the base floor. Yeah. But Fred, you approach the front door. The raven that was kind of like sitting next to it kind of takes off and seems to fly up towards the roof of the building.
I'll pull out my journal and I'm sort of mumbling to myself as I'm writing. Another creepy house. Looks like there's more ravens, like the one that gave us the book. There are no signs of life here. Close the journal.
Guys, sorry, I gotta play the character. Fred knocks on the front door.
Yeah, you knock.
Does not appear like I have control of Scrappy, but he walks up.
Shoot.
If you wanna get through a door, you gotta push it. And he'll walk up and open the door.
Door does not move.
All right, nobody home. Let's move on.
You guys hear the sound of breaking glass, seemingly coming up from somewhere up on the third floor.
Oh no, sounds like somebody could be in trouble. Let's see if there's
Yeah,
another way
us.
in.
Are there any? I'll move to the side. Do I see where it's coming from? Does it sound like a window breaking or somebody dropping a carafe or what?
I'll just look up.
It sounds like a window breaking, but as you kind of look down, look up at the couple of windows you can see on the side of the house, there does not appear to be any windows on the front of the house,
Okay.
but you do not see any broken windows.
I don't see anything. Let's get inside. Sure, the answers are there.
I'm not sure I'm done looking for answers out here yet. I'll make a point poking around in the bushes.
Yeah, we don't have our rogue with us, so
Yep.
Fred, why don't you just kick it in?
I mean, I could. We could check for a back door first. Do we want to go check for a back door before we try kicking in the house door? Up to you
Well,
guys.
let's have a look around. Maybe we can find that broken window.
So I have a quick question, Nick. I've never run an artificer before. I have experimental elixir, and it says that you, excuse me, when you finish a long rest, you magically produce an experimental elixir. Is that something I have to have pre-made, or can I do that on the fly? It's like, oh, we need this one now, so I'll make this one instead.
For the purposes of this, I'm going to say you can, when it comes to, you choose which one you have made. So
Okay.
I'll say it's on the fly.
Right.
And then also, I believe as a part of that specific feature, if you want to use beyond the first one, you have to
Yes.
use a spell slot.
Spell slot for each of first level or higher for each one.
Yeah.
And I can make an action to create the elixir. Okay. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. That's all I need.
Oh, your other infusion is the Mind Sharpener, which gives you a bonus to your constitutions, constitution saving throws for concentration, I believe.
Correct. To maintain concentration. Yep.
Yeah.
Gain
So
one.
just-
Okay.
I guess as you start to
Oh,
move,
nice. Okay.
Shaggy, since you mentioned you were going to look at the bush, appears to be some kind of berry bush, but appears to have no berries on it, like it's been picked clean of fruits.
Birds.
As you start to come around, you see there are some windows on the second and third floor on this side of the house, none of which appear to be broken.
So Scrappy will go with him. But as is canon, Fred and Velma will let them wander off on their own.
I cannot move Scooby, but he would stay with me.
Yes. Do apologize for that. I will do my
Hey guys,
best to
let's
keep them
split up
happy.
and look for clues.
Oh
That's how it's done.
no!
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll go with Fred. We'll start looking around over here, see if we can find. You said there was another entrance over here.
You see some windows here, about just ahead.
Yeah. Scrappy
Appears to
will
be
go with
3
Scooby.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See a couple of windows on this side. You also have a fenced-in little graveyard on the south side. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Looking through the window on the north side, you can see what looks to be a. Actually, I could just share the room that you're looking at. A little description of the room. Dusty room that looks to have cobwebs etched between these antlers and wolf heads and other hunting trophies that are hung on the walls around the room, and some what looks to be stairs that go up that you can see through from the window. As you kind of round the side or the corner of the building, does not appear like there is a back door, but you can see kind of like the back side of a chimney.
Maybe there's something over here.
Shaggy, as you look in through the window just north of you, you can see a kitchen.
Is there any food?
Give me a quick perception check.
Like, I don't even know what that means.
Give me a second.
You can see with your deft eyes in one of the cupboards along the wall. There appears to be be some rations that are kind of in a little pouch in one of the cupboards. Surprisingly, the little bag they're in is branded with an SS.
Oh, I don't have any rations. I'll check the window. Is it unlocked?
The window is unlocked and does swing in.
I'll swing
Actually,
the
it's
window.
swing down.
It's like, hey, Scoob, snacks.
Capable of anything. Oh, a sneak
Yeah,
attack, eh?
yeah,
I
snacks.
gotta warn you, you're dealing with Scrappy Doo.
Yes, you should be able to enter in through the window.
Snake demon?
Then I will reach over,
Like, what's
pick
the
up
good
Scrappy,
news?
set him through the
That
window, and
is
say,
the
go
good
get us that
news.
bag.
The bad news is that
All right, Uncle. Let me at him. And I'll just run
Goes
over
here to
there.
the cupboard, grab the little ration bag labeled with SS and runs back over.
I'll toss one to Scoob, and I'll toss one in my mouth, and I'll toss one to Scrappy. Well, this place isn't so bad. Come on, Scoob.
As you say that, as you kind of like start to enter the room, you hear the sound of a laughing child coming from up, somewhere up somewhere else in the in the building, somewhere above you.
The bag of snacks hits the floor, and I start biting my fingernails. Zoinks! What was that? You said it was a child laughing?
It sounds like a child laughing. coming from somewhere above you.
So as we come around the corner, hey, Scooby,
is-
and I'll wave. Did you find anything? We didn't find anything over here.
Real quick, as you guys round the little tower, as you look through its windows, this is what you see is a little dining room.
Cool.
You see Scooby's like halfway through, kind of froze for a second, and then steps through.
He probably stops and eats the bag of snacks that I dropped on the floor when I heard the voice.
What you got there, Scoob? Looks like a clue.
Oh, no clue here.
As the bag is just like around his snout.
But like there's this creepy kid upstairs. I heard him laughing.
Hey, Shaggy, why don't you go around and unlock the front door? Since you're already in there.
Like, great idea.
If there's a child, we need to hurry.
Children in broken glass does not sound safe.
Children and broken glass and laughter sounds dangerous.
Yeah, there's a little door there, kind of at the base of the stairs, that is unlocked that you're able to open. Leads into a little bit of a entry cloakroom. You can see that the front door has a wooden crossbar that is kind of lowered onto these iron brackets on either side of the door frame that's kind of sealing the door from the inside.
Can I lift it or is it too big?
Nope, you can easily lift it from this side and unlock the door and open it for your friends. You see a little side door here in the cloakroom to the south there. I can ping it, I guess. Boop. And
Is
in
it
like the
locked?
corner, you see what appears to be a like a little cloak, little coat hanger that has what appears to be a very moth-eaten old cloak on it. The door is unlocked and it opens to a downward staircase.
Pull out my journal. There appears to be a child in the upstairs.
As you all kind of enter the cloakway, you hear the creaking sounds of floorboards above you.
Hey, let's take a look at that bag you've got there, Scoob. And Fred's gonna, like, reach out for it. At this point, I figure Scooby's had enough time to eat everything in it.
Oh, it is very empty at this point. It has been empty for a while. It's just been kind of hanging off of his mouth as he's like licking up the remaining crumbs.
Can I do some kind of either perception or insight or investigation to determine, does it sound like it's a much heavier footsteps than a child from the creaking upstairs?
Yeah, actually, it words. Yeah, give me a quick perception check.
I don't know.
Those are some creaky floorboards. As
It's
you
the
kind of
house
like,
settling.
yeah. But you look up, it doesn't, Nothing seems to be shifting above you. No dust falling or anything, but those are some creaky floorboards. Yeah. You appear to be in some sort of hosting den that's has all these various hunting trophies, both all kind of old, decaying, not taken care of.
Hey Velma, take a look at this bag. Do you know anybody with initials like this? And I would also like to. I think we're both looking at it, so I'd also like to make whatever roll she's about to make.
Yeah, give me a, I'll say history or investigation check.
Oh no, guys. I've rolled a 2 and a 1 tonight. I think I'm changing the dice.
Well, no, I think you've just shaken all the bad out. We're good now.
I'm not sure.
Velma, you aren't sure about the any initials. As far as you're aware, this chalet was supposedly owned by an old family called the Brantifax. But Brantifax. But that was a long time ago at this point. A good 20 so years since any of that family was last seen. But this bag looks, well, new, or at least well taken care of. The SS doesn't appear to be, or there's a nice little mark, but it has a little filigree to it to make it almost look like it's a bent like feather, or two like bent feathers in the shape of an S. That's all that comes to mind.
Does that have any correlation to the journal?
As best you can tell, they appear to be correlation to the journal. No, as best as you can tell.
Okay.
Besides the fact that the feathers kind of remind you of like raven feathers. But that's the best that you can come up with the connection there.
Well, it seems like there's I'm pretty sure this is the Brantifax Manor, although they haven't been heard of for like 20 years. I don't know why this bag is fresh. I'm not sure who it is from or where they got it. Clearly don't have any children.
As she's mentioning, or as Velma's mentioning this, you realize, like, the kitchen actually looked clean. It didn't appear to be as covered in dust as the room you're in now.
Like, what's down here?
It's a dining room.
Oh, that's the dining room.
Yeah.
I think at this point, Fred just thinks that Shaggy was like, "Oh hey, let's go look at the kitchen because nothing's scary in there."
I'm going to
Instead
check
of it
the
actually
fireplace
being a clue.
because it's always something in the fireplace.
I'm waiting for somebody else to suggest going upstairs because I will not be able to do that.
You look into the
Not
fireplace.
unless you find another bag of Scooby snacks. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's all right.
No, you're
So
good.
right. Give me actually an investigation check, Velma.
Scrape a little soot from the side. Open up my alchemist pack. Put some in a little vial or a little pouch.
You kind of look up. You see that there's another stop kind of on the floor above you.
Save you for later.
Wait, is that wrong? Nope, that is wrong. Never mind. It appears to be just go straight up. That's the other fireplace.
Well, I don't see anything else down here. You ready to go upstairs?
No, but where else are we going to go?
You did also see the stairs that goes downstairs, and you also have not had explored the graveyard yet.
Yeah, not a good idea.
Just point
Well,
out.
do
near the
you
other
want to
door.
go to the graveyard, Shaggy?
Absolutely not.
How about Fred and I
We
go
heard the
downstairs and you three go upstairs. You can search for clues faster that way.
Okay.
Let's split up and look for clues, gang.
Oh boy. So who's going downstairs?
Fred and Velma are going downstairs. Shaggy and
Okay.
the boys are going up.
Alrighty.
I don't
Give me
see a
second as I
door
throw you
here.
guys.
We've sent the scared people to do the scary one.
You always
Yeah.
do.
It's canon. I mean, just,
Yeah.
You guys are just surprisingly good at that stuff.
if I'm wrong, good. Oh, what happened?
I've thrown Fred and Velma to a new map.
Okay.
As
What happened?
you go down in towards the cellar, and I don't think I turned on line of sight for this. That's why.
So for this, do you mind going to the
we
settings and where is it? It is under token. Yeah, token. Party vision and movement. Would you turn that on? Just so I
is it
can
not on?
just so I can show what Shaggy and them see on
Yes,
the
there we go.
stream.
Turned on.
There we go. Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
So I have both maps on the stream.
Alrighty. We'll start with Shaggy.
Okay.
You go to the top of the stairs, and there's a door up there. It looks to be another little kind of wooden door that's kind of been weathered with age.
I'm not sure. About
I
this.
will listen at it first.
I know.
Give me a perception check. You hear what sounds like the snorting of a hog coming from the other side of the door, as well as some flapping wings.
Well, how bad can it be? I'll open the
Okay,
door and
now I know
peek
he hit me
around.
You spot a couple of ravens that are kind of sitting on the windowsill. You see that the window to the south here is open, and there's a couple of ravens sitting in the windowsill.
Shoo,
And as you
shoo,
kind of look,
birds,
you
shoo.
see, but you see a third bird having just flown up the stairs as you kind of open the door. Yeah, the birds take off as you shoo them out the window. The room you were in, nope, that's not what I meant to do. Nope. Looks to be a parlor. You can see in one corner what appears to be some sheets that have been that lie in a small heap nearby the staircase. Looks to be some once nice kind of furniture and decor, all kind of dusted over, a little ragged. You kind of see a case, like a glass case that has like a lot of glasses inside. The glass of the case is kind of cracked and broken, and you can see several of the glasses inside are also broken. The gilded harp that's in the corner, however, appears to be very nice and still in nice condition.
Is it a small harp or is it a full size, sit down at it?
Is a full size, 6 foot tall gilded harp.
If only it was a xylophone, because I know Shaggy plays the xylophone.
Just put it on its side, put some little boards on top of it. No, not quite. Yeah.
It's dusty in here. Are there any footprints in the dust?
There are. Give me a investigation check real quick.
Scrappy's gonna hop up and look out the window.
Give me a perception check for Scrappy. He has a +2 to perception. The birds fled. Clearly, your Uncle Scooby is that intimidating.
That's right, birds. Better flee. You don't want to mess with Scrappy Doo.
It's so annoying. You're very good at this. I just hate Scrappy.
Yeah.
I'm over here getting like a little bit annoyed. I'm like, no, that's a good thing.
I don't like Scrappy Doo either.
Oh.
Yeah, he fit for a homunculus. Shaggy, you find what appears to be 3 sets of recent footprints, but as you're kind of looking a bit more, you can see 2 other sets that appear to have been in this room relatively recently, but you see 3 sets that appear to be as in the last few minutes of you being there. And with that, we're going to switch over to the other 2 as we go down to the cellar. You guys are walking down the stairs.
As we go to the cellar, thank you. Tamakiro Squad is in the house. Welcome. It says you even have Scrappy fun. So.
Yeah. Hopefully stick with us as our party decides to split up and look for clues in this mystery.
I don't remember. Am I correct in my vague memory? Wasn't Fred not exactly the most courageous in the world? Whereas Velma was more, so Velma would typically be first.
No, I think Fred was
I just don't remember.
oblivious. I think Fred was oblivious.
He was oblivious, not brave.
Velma just gave no shits.
Yeah.
Here, if you want, I'll walk down the
Velma was
stairs.
unfazed.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So
you
let's.
guys do the first room.
So, if we want to jump ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I took it. Unlock those for you.
Fred's walking down these stairs, but I don't know. He doesn't have any cantrips, but I imagine him having light or something, like a flashlight that he's shining around.
Yeah.
Hooded lantern or something.
Yeah. Hello? Anybody down here? Because Fred's just fucking oblivious.
Yep. This kind of cold, damp cellar has an 8-foot high ceiling and a flagstone floor. You have some couple of crates and barrels there in the corner. What appears to be some old furniture that's been stacked. Looks to be a couple of couches that don't fit the decor of some of the other ones you've seen that have been kind of stacked and are molding. As you kind of around the corner, you see there's a door off to the side that's kind of closed, and then another door that appears to be kind of open further down. Fred, as you call out, both of you give me a perception check. That's what I meant to do.
Oh shit! I knew changing my dice color would help.
I'm taking out my journal, so I'm not paying attention.
Velma's just on autopilot following Fred.
You hear a whisper coming from the south that sounds like a man whispering, "I can't get out." Coming from the south.
Well, I'm a paladin. I kind of gotta go help him. Hey, Velma,
I will
sounds
note
like there's somebody
the old
down here.
but as you move, I will just real quickly note that the old furniture includes 6 chairs, 2 hutches, an ottoman, an empty cabinet, a desk the sized for a child, and a coat rack.
Is it
That's oddly
just
specific.
just the desk that's child size?
Yes.
Okay.
Though it does appear to be one of the chairs is also child. 2 of the chairs are child sized. Yeah. Coming down, you have what appears to be an open door that, as you clearly opens up to a well, and then a closed door to your right. Or
Did the voice sound like it came from the direction of the well or the direction of the door I'm next to?
direction of the well.
Of course. Well, hey guys, let's boldly go in.
There's a hole in the ground. You know I mean well.
As you look down into the well, especially now that you're this close, you hear a whispering voice say, "Bjorn, where are you, boy?" Kind of from the darkness of the well shaft.
Do I remember the name Bjorn from the journal?
No, the journal. The journal's author gave no name. Just that they were traveling and encountered the nice company of the Visani. It did mention in that it was the author was a mother who had lost their family.
Okay.
Actually, give me a. No, well, there's actually the possibility. Give me a history check, actually. Oh. As you kind of recall, having been the one who read through the book fairly thoroughly, the mother mentioned that she lost her husband, her 2 daughters, and the family dog. But it doesn't give any names.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and shine my light down the well. And take a look.
The kind of light illuminates the darkness, and you see it goes about 60 feet before there's water. The water is not still, appears to be kind of slowly shifting, as if something disturbs it.
Hello? Are you there?
All you hear back in response is the beat, "Not gone. Where are you, boy?" As if it's long, far away. And The water seems to keep disturbing.
And how
Uh,
are we certain that the sound is coming from the well?
yes, it does appear to be coming
Okay.
from the well.
Look up. Is there anything unusual about the roof?
Nope. It's similar to the prior room where it's this it's fairly tall for being a cellar, going around, I believe it was 8 feet, and having a wooden roof. There is a bucket with a rope kind of to the side of the well. Does appear old like the rest of it, and the well has a kind of brick wall kind of that goes all the way down the shaft.
There's
Actually, look to be fairly uneven and easily climbable.
there's
Easily climbable, you say?
something unnatural here, and I'm gonna figure it out.
Sounds like a mystery.
While you guys are deciding what to do, I'm going to switch back over to our other half of the party, Shaggy and the dogs. What are you doing now that you've kind of like found these tracks of 3 to 5 people in this kind of dusty room, having the ravens have flown off, one up the stairs, the other out the window.
Did the tracks go up the stairs or go up and down the stairs, or are they just in the room?
They do look like they go up and down the stairs, and some of them go to the window, but none go to the door that leads to the rest of this floor.
Looks like a door at the top of the stairs.
Nope, it goes and turns to the left, which I will just throw you onto the next map here as you go up to the second floor.
Yes, that's where we're going.
Yep.
Is it right, left, up, down, or a totally different map?
Totally different map.
Okay.
As I'm sharing it now.
Gotcha.
All these maps were one big map, and then I decided, oh, you know what? I'll just break them up into different maps. It'll be easier.
Nice.
It's okay. They won't split up.
Oh, tokens are locked.
It's Scooby Doo. We're
We
obligated.
have to split
We're
up.
I
obligated.
mean, I'm
to
all
split
for
up.
it. Just stick with me as we kind of go through. You come up to a hallway. You see some similar tracks as through kind of the dusty hallways. A window to your right that appears to overlook the front of the house. That one that I forgot about earlier when you were asking about windows from the outside. But
Like that monster doesn't look incapable of anything. Oh, a sneak attack, eh?
Here's the
I gotta
hallway that
warn
kind of goes
you,
down,
you're
turns a
dealing
little
with
bit.
Scrappy Doo. That's
You
more
see kind of
like
along the walls, like faded bits of the wall.
Snake demon?
Where it appears to be like,
what's
there
the
used to be, like,
good
a painting
news?
here.
That is the
It's no
good
longer
news.
there.
The bad news is
another
that
little-
all images of the demon are cursed.
Indents on
Cursed?
the kind of dusty walls that are also kind of a bit moldy in places. But other than that, you have tokens should be unlocked.
All right. Let me move forward.
That would have worked too.
Like more doors. Is there dust up here too?
Yep. Still dusty. You do see evidence of the foot traffic that appears to be on this floor. as you kind of like round the corner, you hear the sound of a creaking door coming from down this hallway.
Like, is anybody home?
Wait a second. No response. You hear some pause from a raven coming from further down around this corner.
Like, again with the creepy birds.
About what's happening, and we still don't really know how these people.
Hey, there's stairs down there. Scrappy, go check them out. And I'm going to listen at this door.
But the story is like.
Alrighty, give me a perception check as Scrappy goes towards the half spiral staircase at the other end. Goes kind of up, to which it ends at a door after going up, a full turn.
Scrappy will listen at the door.
Give me a perception check for Scrappy. Okay. You do not hear anything beyond this doorway. Scrappy, you hear the caws of a couple of birds. But that's about it.
I'll come down and they'll say, looks like there's just more birds over there. Want me to go take care of them for you?
This open door that you pass opens up into what appears to be some sort of guest room.
Okay. He didn't ask about the guest room, so he's not going to say anything.
No, I didn't notice there was a door down there.
Yeah.
But
There's a
open that one.
door here that's open. This door you're next to, and the door here. Yeah, sorry if it's a little hard to tell sometimes on the map.
Oh, that's fine.
You said you're going to open the door?
I did, yes.
All right. There we go. Yep, opens up into a little room, and there's like a couple of half steps that kind of open up into this little study of a room. You see what looks to be a nice roll-top desk with two leather pad armchairs, kind of that faces the fireplace. One of the chairs is carved with the images of wolves, the other with that of stags. Each kind of have a wolf skin kind of draped over them. Yeah, don't appear to be in the best of conditions, but are seemingly holding together. There's another little narrow spiral staircase off to one side. And there appears to be some drawers in the desk.
Let's go through the desk.
As he sees the wolf skins on the chairs. A couple of wolves out there saying, man, it's cold.
Yep. The drawers on the desk are locked.
Well, then, let me look through my pack.
It is what appears to be a lock or like a padlock as locking them. Funnily enough,
I do have a set of thieves' tools. I suppose I could use them without proficiency. I don't think I have thieves' tool proficiency.
you do actually. I do
Oh,
not believe I
I'm an
actually.
urchin, aren't I? Yes, I do. All right, let me add thieves' tools to my skill list.
Yeah, it looks like I forgot to add the
All good, all good.
rolls for the tools abilities, but oh well. I guess while you're adding that, once you've add that, roll your check. We're gonna swap back over to our other people in the meantime. Fred and Velma, what you doing with the well?
I think Fred's about to climb into it.
Alrighty, give me a quick athletics check.
Here, give me the lamp, and I'll hold it for you.
Yeah, you shine the light for me.
Nice.
Easy enough. It is an easy climb down.
Just for future.
As you go, a couple of the or the bricks appear to be fairly loose, but it is a very easy climb down. As you kind of get to the bottom and kind of step in, the water only appears to be a couple of feet deep. Kind of comes up to about halfway up your leg, or just past your knee, and it has you kicking around. Give me a investigation check.
I'm not good at those.
Sure you are.
Fred just stumbles into everything with blind confidence, and sometimes it works.
It's the cardigan. Gives you a bonus.
I think it might actually be the ascot.
Yeah, the ascot has powers.
Yep. As you are kind of going around, you feel your foot kind of kick something in the water, something small. As you kind of root around, you pull out what appears to be this nice gold necklace that looks kind of like a holy symbol. That's actually, I'm realizing I don't know what this holy symbol is supposed to look like. It is the holy symbol of Sune, Sune, god of love and beauty. A nice gold necklace that seems double as a cameo. I think I'm saying that right. One of those little portrait necklaces. You see there's like the little latch for it to open up on the side.
Well, I guess I'll take a look.
It is contains a tiny portrait of a make sure I actually get the description of this right, as it's it's always nice when they say it looks like this and the description is elsewhere.
Oops.
Kind of shows a small little portrait of a tall, thin woman in her looks to be 50s, with kind of a blonde hair with streaks of gray. Yeah, that's the description.
All
He
right.
gives kind of like a serious, almost kind of stern look, as is with a style for this kind of portrait.
Okay. I'm putting the necklace in my pocket. I don't want it to get lost, and then I'll start to make the climb back up so Velma can take a look.
All right. Give me another athletics check as you climb back out.
What was the water doing as he was climbing down? Is it still, or is it still moving?
It's still moving, and it was moving while he was kind of down, or while Fred was down there as well. But it didn't seem to do anything. In fact, the only difference is that the voice got a little quieter, or that the voice didn't say anything while you were down there. But as soon as you kind of climb back out, you hear that same whisper again. But Fred, you're able to kind of climb out about halfway. You know, you feel your foot like slip for a second, but you're able to catch yourself as one of the bricks kind of falls loose, and then you're able to climb back out.
Hey Velma, take a look at this. Do you think this might be one of the Brantifacts? And he'll hold out the
Yeah.
locket.
So the lantern's set on the edge of the well, and I'm writing in the journal. So did you see what was causing the movement of the water? Was there like a spring under there?
Didn't seem like it. All I found was this locket.
So I'll look at the locket. Look at the back. Is there any inscription on it? Is the portrait painted on the locket, or is it on like a parchment that fit into the locket?
It's on a parchment that kind of fits into the locket. The only kind of details on the outside is that it is a holy symbol of Sune, in between both Fred being a paladin and Velma being very intelligent. You guys are able to deduce that. Kind of appropriate, as it helps, you know, very much about devotion in their teachings. Real quick, we're gonna switch back over to Shaggy as they unlock the desk that they are at.
I don't know if you heard me earlier.
Opening up the desk, you find that it contains a set of calligrapher's supplies, as well as a leather-covered journal with a stylized wolf's head on the front cover.
Well, that's probably a clue.
Opening up the journal, you find that this one does have is signed with who's the journal of, and for whatever reason they are not didn't give me the name in this spot of location. Instead, it just says the Baron's wife. Why didn't you say the name? The name is somewhere, but it's signed with the Miss
Lady Brantifax
or Lady Brantifax. It would also say her first name, but give me a quick history check, I'd say.
Like that was the one day I actually showed up to history class.
Well, you recognize this as you were. I mean, that other book freaked you out to all hell. But you recognize that the style of writing and the handwriting matches that of the Book of the Raven that you found, and that this is also similarly a journal that seems to talk about more her family. I'll say if you would like to, as you guys, flipping through, you see that's seemingly talking about her family. If you would like to spend some time reading it.
No, I'm going to let Velma do that, but
Okay.
I will tuck it away in my back pocket or wherever it'll fit in my pouch. Hey, Scrappy, Why don't you check up those stairs?
The stairs similarly kind of round up and end at a door.
Like, can
These
you
look
hear
like attic
anything?
doors, the little smaller ones, or are they full size normal doors?
Full normal doors, though this one is you can see has some like faded chipped painting or kind of or lettering seemingly painted on the doorway that's been kind of chipped and mostly disappeared, though you can make out what appears to be a couple of letters being like an S, a PH, and an E, kind of with the S kind of being the start of the name, PH kind of being around the middle, and the E being around the end.
Well, let's see what's up there.
So, is the door unlocked? If so, I'll open it.
All right. You open the door. Here, let me shift you guys to the third map. Do Pop as do and I'll just have to shift you guys slightly so I can throw in Scooby. This appears to be a little attic nursery. You can see on one side there is the bed size for a small child, a little rocking chair, a shelf kind of lined with dolls, a wash bin, a little nook on the side to the south that has a small wooden cradle, a little like playpen, just to where there's a open window. Yep. This room appears to be undisturbed, besides kind of the, there's a window open, and appears to be like some of the dust in this room has been shifted due to some of the wind that kind of comes in.
I'll shut the window.
It's not letting me open the map. Would you share it, please?
I'm realizing I didn't share it. That's my bad.
Ah.
Yeah, you walk over to the window and shut it. You kind of like have to step into the wooden playpen.
There's not a baby in it, is there?
Nope. Does appear to be largely empty. You do notice that this room seems to almost have the thickest layer of dust so far. You do not notice any like other tracks besides your own as you've stepped into the room. As you kind of close, you do actually notice that the latch on the window is broken.
So it's not going to stay shut.
Most likely, but at the very least, it'll stay shut for now, as the wind is not blowing. That's really blowing.
All right. We'll do a quick shakedown of the room to make sure there's nothing else here to see.
Yeah, checking
I
the
think the fact that the
fireplace.
dust was thick is a clue in itself.
All right. How thorough of investigation are you doing?
We'll, let's go through the playpen. If there's like matting, and look under the matting. Look under the cushions of any furniture. Nope, it's too dusty.
You, as you're kind of like moving, kind of looking around, kind of shifting some things around, checking the shelves.
What are you doing?
You like kind of you shift one of the dolls, and a big puff of dust kind of comes up, and you, achoo. And kind of as you kind of like sneeze and kind of like knock into the shelves, you A bunch of the dolls kind of fall off of it. And as that happens, you there's a whirl of dust in the center of the room. And I'm going to need Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy to roll initiative.
Gabriel, I
make
think
sure
they're
I'm
all
grabbing
running
the-
away.
All right, I don't have a button to scroll to roll. Or do I? Is there an initiative button? There is not.
I can do dex check. So he got a 7.
Works, and I'll just add it. Ooh, nice, 17. You do as the another one of those where the description's apparently in another tab. Well, I don't understand why it's not right here.
What, you want all the information while you DM? So picky.
We're going to run away, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
This kind of coalesces into the shape of a small child that appears to be deformed. One arm kind of scrunched up and smaller than the other, a little bit of like a hunchback, head tilted. It's for how dang it, I accidentally closed out of the map. Let's pull up the map again because I accidentally closed out of it. My bad. It was kind of center. This little deformed child appears, and still goes first. As a kind of as I double check and read its ability.
Scrappy raises
You
fists.
hear it.
Come on.
You hear this kind of childish scream of "Don't touch my toys!" As Shaggy, I need you to give me a strength. Yeah, I need you to give me a strength check. Oof, yep, no, that's good. Roll a 2 on their part. As you feel a telekinetic kind of force kind of like comes into you trying to push you, but you kind of stand your ground. Like the dust around you kind of flings up in the air as this poltergeist tries to push you out the window.
Hey, like, not cool.
That's the turn, leaving us with Scooby as the poltergeist kind of yells at you to not touch their toys.
Normally, Scooby would run, but Poltergeist tried to hurt his friend, so Scooby's going to step up.
Alrighty. Does
And
got pack
bite.
tactics, so you have advantage.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
Nice.
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 You got a 19 and a 20.
And
don't bother rolling the
'cause he
save because
can't
they
be
are
knocked
immune to
down.
prone.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, it fails. It like you bite into, kind
Would
of
have
tear through
knocked
it,
it
but it
down.
just floats. Whatever. Yeah.
All right.
All right. That brings
I
us to
cannot.
Shaggy.
I like that.
It is unfortunate. Sven told me about the little add-on that makes giving little NPCs like this to players a lot easier. So, however, that was as we started. So that brings
All
us
right.
to
Shaggy, going to use a bonus to cast a Hunter's Mark. And then take a swipe because he is cornered. I hear
So,
you.
well, since
All right. And then
the spectral child screams out in pain.
like, get back, you creepy thing.
That brings us to Scrappy.
So is Scrappy a familiar?
Scrappy is a homunculus, so they can actually attack. Actually, they have a special, was it force, right?
Right, but a familiar is able to communicate telepathically within 100 feet. And they can know what's going on. So he's a homunculus. He doesn't have that. Velma can cast spells through him, but if they don't communicate, she wouldn't know to do that.
Yes, I believe that is the case.
Okay. All right, so he's
Um,
going to put his little paws up. Oh, you want to mess with Scrappy too, eh? And he's going to blast it with his Force Strike. Ready to go. Punches it. It says 1d4 plus PB. What is PB force damage?
Proficiency bonus. So it's
Okay.
that should so it'd just be +2. I thought I put that in, but I must have missed that one. Yeah, so just roll
It also doesn't
D4
have
plus
his
2 and all.
to hit on there at all. So I
Oh,
presume it's Dex, so
oops.
it'd be +2 plus his proficiency, so it'll be +4 total.
Yes.
Okay.
That is definitely a hit.
Very nice. So it's 1d4 plus 2.
Yep.
And that is force damage.
Yep, so they aren't resist. Oh, nice. 6 damage. Nice.
And it's sort of dancing, shifting back and forth like a boxer. Come on, come on.
Yeah, that'll bring us back to the Poltergeist's turn, who's just going to yell, "Get out!" And it's going to try and do telekinetic shove on Scooby this time. So I need a strength check from Scooby.
Strength check from Scooby.
Beat a 7.
You got this, Scooby.
I got
The
this.
child is not charismatic, apparently. that still beats it.
Nice.
So Scooby kind of just like has to brace himself a little bit, but is also not flung. That brings us to Scooby.
All right. Again, pack tactics.
Tactics.
Wow, my dice are smoking tonight.
Nice.
Nice. At this point, you see that the most of the dust is kind of scattered as the poltergeist is having a hard time keeping itself to semi-corporeal. Brings us to Shaggy.
And Shaggy will say, Scrappy, we'll hold them off. Go get help. And Shaggy will attempt to poke at it again.
Okay.
And I miss.
Yeah, barely. Ah, yes. That brings us to Scrappy. And
All right.
you know,
I'll go get him, and I'm going to do one last punch.
okay. That is a hit.
I saw it
And
slowly
it
roll
doesn't
off
matter
that
the
one.
Yeah. 6 damage again as you uppercut the spectral child as the rest of the dust scatters as it dies.
He leans back, little
You
legs
hear
moving,
just a
little
glass
stream of dust
shattering
behind him as he
scream.
runs off.
Yeah. Hear this childish scream kind of echoes through the house as it disperses.
And when that happens, Shaggy and Scooby grasp each other and make frightened noises and shake.
As Scrappy kind of takes off, we go back down to the cellar as you guys, as Velma and Fred, as you kind of coming out of the well, you hear kind of echoing down the stairs from above this childish scream. Kind of that echoes throughout. Sounds a bit off as as it's coming down, but yeah, that's what you hear.
All right,
Sounds
Atomic,
like
have
you're
a good
in
one.
trouble. We should go investigate.
Right, it is. Come
However,
on,
that
gang, we
is-
have a mystery to solve.
Yeah, as you go up to reunite with your friends, it is break time, so we will break here, especially as
All right.
yeah, Jingo has already
10-minute, folks. Time for break. We'll be back. Thanks for hanging out, and make sure to come on back. All right. Break time is over. We are back. Appreciate Nick again for stepping in, doing a little one shot tonight. And for Jingo for taking time to jump on and join us. Normally works early, so I wasn't sure he would be willing to and able to join us. And I do have to say, you're doing a great job at Shaggy. I'm not a huge Scooby Doo fan, so I'm sort of like fumbling my way along, hoping to do not embarrass myself. But you're doing great. So, Nick,
This
it
is
away.
my childhood.
I mean, yeah, same here. Alrighty. For my sake, and also because you both were kind of headed in the same directions, you guys all meet back up in the parlor on the first floor here. Which here's the description of the room again.
Well, we found a well, and everything went well. After Fred climbed down into it, the well, and got this locket. And I'll show Shaggy the locket.
Are you guys okay? We heard screaming from up here.
Like there was this creepy kid, only he was dust. And then he was a kid. And then he was dust again. And then there was that creepy laugh.
I'm surprised you haven't done any like ghosts.
Yeah, Shaggy kept messing with his toys, and so he got angry.
Raven lands on the windowsill.
Ah! Shoo! Get away!
And I found this, and I'll show her the book.
Velma moves away from the bird. Fred, get rid of that bird.
As you shoot the bird, like the bird kind of like just kind of hops to the side but doesn't leave.
Wait, maybe it's trying to tell us something. We already checked the well, so there's it's not somebody in the well. What do you need? Are you trying to tell us something?
Fred's gonna look at the bird and then see that past it is a graveyard. And be like, well, gang, we never checked out that graveyard over there. How about we go look over there for clues?
Like, I was hoping you wouldn't remember that.
The bird kind of caws and then flies towards the graveyard.
Oh shit, that was exactly what I was supposed to get from that. Okay.
You kind of like see it goes and lands on one of the gravestones. But Shaggy was mentioning a book.
Yes. I'll pull out the wolf book and hand it to Velma. Maybe you can make sense of it.
I'm gonna come over here and sit down on the floor and start skimming through the book.
Give me a intelligence check. Speed reading check. Yeah, you also get the couple of things off right off the bat. This is the Baroness's book, a journal, which during the break I did look into it, and apparently the Baron and the Baroness do not have first names. From as far as I can find.
You get to decide, Nick.
Yeah.
Whatever's funniest.
Baroness no name and Baron nobody. There we go. But Baroness Brantifax, it's her journal. It seems to be kind of documenting some of the life of her family, as you have, describing various visits to the. I want to say Chalette again. I know that's not how you're supposed to say that.
So this is another journal?
Yep, this is another journal. Okay. It's the same handwriting as the Book of the Raven, but it's actually has the name of, or the Baroness actually signs her name. This one, it seems to be describing visits to the shop, this house,
Chalet.
which she hated, apparently, and the tribulations of her daughters, whom she adored. As you kind of speed reading, you pick up on various other tidbits, such as the Baron was an avid hunter, and often invited guests over to hunt with him. To which the Baroness seems to have admired his generous nature and vigor. The Baron had a trusty mastiff named Bjorn, and loved it just as much as he loved his wife and children. She disliked it when the Baron fed the town scraps from the dinner table. Mostly the Baroness says she didn't like the Charlotte because they were too isolated here. It says their firstborn daughter, Calliope, was born with some terrible physical deformities and lived a very painful life before she passed away at the age of 6, which the Baroness saw as a mercy to end her pained existence. Their other daughter, Haluth, the younger daughter, who was seen as more of a tomboy, who took much more after her father, died on her 9th birthday when she was killed by a wolf when she was hunting with her father. Both daughters were buried in the nearby in the Charlotte's. Damn it, how do you say that word again?
Chalet.
Chalet. I hate French. Chalet. And the chalet is the graveyard at the Baron's insistence. To which the final entry of this journal speaks. The Baroness speaks of evil whispers from the graveyard, making plans to leave the chalet and never return. Chalet. And yeah, that's what you get from the journal. That was a lot, and if you need me to repeat stuff, do let me know.
By the way, I don't remember. We took a break. When we heard a voice calling from the well, did it sound like a male or female voice?
It sounded like a male voice.
Okay, thank you.
An older, like a middle-aged man's voice.
So I'll close the book with a clap. So, push up the glasses. Actually, it's Bjorn wasn't a child. It was actually the name of the mastiff that the Baron had, and it appears like the poltergeist that you fought upstairs is actually the ghost of Sylphine, the daughter of the Baroness who died when she was 6. Their other daughter also died when she was 9, and they couldn't bear to live here anymore where their daughters died, and they buried them in a graveyard. Plus, there were some whispers. She heard some whispers out there, so they plan to leave.
Okay, I'd just like to say that, hey, dogs are people too, right, Scoob? Rah.
So I'll get up and brush the back of my pants off and get the dust off me. Put the book in a safe place.
Thanks, Velma. How about we go check out that graveyard over there? And I think this is how I get out
Yes.
through this door here.
Yeah, back through the
Choice.
kitchen.
There
We
it
can
is.
make one more check for snacks.
Yeah, while the map is a little weird, the parlor is like the 1.5th floor, so it's like a weird half floor because
It's a
of how the
loft.
steps work.
It's
Oh.
like
Yeah.
a loft.
Yeah. So it's the only room on here that's not technically on the ground floor.
Are there any more snacks in the kitchen hidden anywhere?
Give me an investigation check. As the rest of you kind of make your way over.
Scrappy
to
should
the-
have advantage because he's a dog and using his nose, but
If
that's all
it's
right.
some-
Yeah.
You
I'll-
should.
I mean, I'll give it to you. So you also got Scooby looking, so.
Yeah, Scooby's looking.
I'll let Scooby roll because his perception is probably much higher than mine.
Yeah,
He
and
actually
he-
gets just advantage anyways.
okay, there.
+5. Wow. Oh,
Oof.
okay. I thought the 7 was a 1. So it's
Yeah, that
still-
was going to be a 1920 and then a 1-2 to follow.
Well,
You
the luck's
find,
gotta go somewhere.
Yeah, between the two of you, you find another little bag that's actually similarly labeled with the SS. So this one has some little dried travel cookies.
Better
You
than
guys
nothing.
munch on while everyone else gets to the graveyard. It's a little fenced in, with a little gate. Nothing too tall. You could easily vault it. The fence itself, while kind of old and a little broken in some areas, it seems to be holding up surprisingly well. And there appears to be 4 gravestones with that raven you saw on the on this gravestone right here, kind of just standing on top of it, kind of looking at you with its, its head kind of turned aside so it can like look at you. You hear some. Actually, everyone, give me perception checks.
Fred's fiddling with the gate.
Boo. There we go. Yay. Shaggy will save us.
Shaggy, you kind of like glance back through the window where you see like Scooby, Scrappy eating these cookies. And as you do, you kind of hear another call, and you kind of look up and you see 5 ravens kind of just on the edge of the roof, all kind of staring down at you.
Zoinks! Look at that! They're watching us.
Yeah, you guys are able to easily open up the little gate. It's not locked or anything. It's just kind of latched.
Just turns
And kind of
Yeah,
are
we-
able to walk in.
and pushes up my glasses. It's odd that there would
Oh,
be an
I'm gonna be honest,
unkindness
I actually-
of ravens here.
Quick retcon, because apparently I misremembered when I was giving the description. The fence is actually a 7-foot tall wrought iron fence. The gate is still unlocked to be able to walk through. Apparently I thought for some reason it was a small wooden fence, not a tall
Okay.
iron fence.
Nice.
As you
Uh-oh.
kind of
They're
walk
leaving us
in,
behind.
Fred's leading the
Uncle,
way.
let's go.
I'm keeping an eye on those birds.
Alrighty.
I'm going to stand
At the
right
moment, they
there by
seem-
the fence.
At the moment, they seem to just be watching you. As you walk by the northernmost gravestone reads as such. And the one right below it reads as such. And the other 2 read as this. and that's going from north down, with the raven here in the little graveyard sitting upon this one, the Haluth.
And just make sure I'm not misremembering, the second journal did not have any mention of the Baron dying, correct?
Nope, it did not.
Okay.
Huh, looks like the Baroness isn't buried with everybody else.
There's also not room for a fifth. It's very odd. There's a mystery here, and we must find it. Solve it.
Fred and Velma, give me some investigation checks. Velma, you notice that the southmost grave has been more recently disturbed. Recent as in it's been sometime in the past 6 months dug up and refilled.
Look, a clue. Hey, Shaggy, come look at this. What can you tell us about when this might have happened? How recent does this look?
Give me
I'll
a
have a
survival
look.
check.
And this would be the grave of the poltergeist that you dealt with.
Ghosts.
Right, we'll just pour salt on the casket and burn it. Oh wait, that's
Shaggy,
a different
you can tell that
franchise.
I caught that. Nice.
Then we'll get in our long black wagon and cruise down the road.
No, those are friends of yours.
Something about wayward sons and all.
Shaggy, you can tell that you're pretty sure it's going on around 5-6 months. This grave was probably disturbed, and you can see some faded kind of signs of something being dragged out of the little graveyard area towards the gate. Something smaller, but heavy. Your guess would probably be that's around the size of a child-sized coffin that appears to have been dragged away. But the grave has been refilled. Yeah, with a 14, that's what you get.
Man, as fun as
The
it
raven
seems
that's on
to,
the.
like-
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm over here like, as fun as it seems to like dig up a grave that we think might already be dug up, Fred's a paladin, I don't think he'd do that.
Like, I don't want to see bones. There might be something dead in there.
And you said the raven was on the third gravestone?
Yep, it's on Haluth's gravestone. The raven still kind of gives you a look, but then kind of looks towards the other ravens on the roof and gives a caw kind of up at them, kind of almost making almost a defensive stance kind of towards them before settling again.
Fred's gonna take a closer look at the gravestone.
It
Which
seems a little.
The third one.
Seems odd that they would drag the casket. This must be a very weak person. Most men or strong people would be able to carry a child's casket. It seems odd they would drag it.
You're right. That is a good clue.
All right.
Yeah. I guess Fred, give me another investigation check as you look at the Haluth's grave in a little bit more detail.
Nope. I am shooing the bird away.
I would like to take a moment to activate my primeval awareness, expending one of my spell slots to do so.
All right. Can you remind me what that does exactly?
Beginning at 3rd level, you can use your action expend 1 ranger spell slot to focus your awareness on the region around you. For 1 minute per level of the spell you expend, and I only have 1st level, you can sense whether the following types of creatures are present within 1 mile of you, or within up to 6 miles if you are in your favored terrain. Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. It does not reveal their location or number, just whether or not each of those types is present.
All right. You get a ping, or well, not a ping that would give more direction. You have, you are aware there are some undead within the mile of you.
Like, not good, folks. There's something creepy here. Be on your guard for ghosts.
Let me at 'em. They don't know what they're messing with.
Fred, you have shooed the raven, to which it does, fly away. You see it kind of flies up to where the other ravens are, but it doesn't land right, lands kind of on the roof a little bit away from them, kind of towards the corner, and just seems to like squawk at them again, kind of almost territorially towards them, and the other ravens appear to be unbothered.
Well, that was rude to unkindness.
An unkindness of ravens? Sorry, I could not.
What you guys doing?
So, is there anything special about the stone that the raven was sitting on? We've looked at that.
Well, Fred didn't find me.
We're gonna look at the grave of where the highest Haluth's grave. Look on the ground and stuff. See if there's any signs like Sylphine was.
I'll have everyone here just give me another blanket perception checks for looking around. I'll just push him this time.
Fred vault the
You
fence.
said perception. Just saying.
Investigation.
I know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, Scooby.
Yeah.
Good
Looking
job.
through, it does not appear like Haluth's gravestone has been disturbed anytime recently. It does look to be kind of old and weathered. There's a little bit of like moss kind of growing on it. Yeah, it does not appear. The only one that appears to be disturbed anytime recently is Celophane's Slyphane's, the deformed daughter's grave. The others appear to be around the same time, though. Haluth does look a little bit older than Bjorn's or the Baron's, but not by a whole lot. One could surmise that as you're kind of assessing all the gravestones, that the south is the oldest gravestone, and then the north is the newest gravestone, relatively.
Well, Velma, you said that there were drag marks. Shaggy, you think you can help us follow the tracks?
Yeah,
like a
let's
wolf.
do that.
Give me a survival check real quick.
And hey, Scoob, this is the. They did bury Bjorn the Massive.
Oh,
The drag marks seem to go just outside of the graveyard before disappearing.
Which direction? Just towards the house, or?
Just right outside the gate, it appears to no longer be a thing.
So checking my notes and
that's
stuff,
weird.
is there anywhere we haven't looked in the house? I don't remember there being anywhere.
You didn't
Well, we
check.
missed a room in the basement, and I think they didn't check the attic out because they ran away from the ghost.
Oh, that's right. There are 2 other rooms.
You didn't check most of the second floor. There's a few rooms there. You didn't check the up the other spiral staircase. The
Right.
when you did go up, there was no other doors in that room.
Gotcha. Well,
And then, of course, there's the room you missed in the cellar.
well, come on, gang. We've got a mystery to solve. Let's go check more of these rooms. The rest of the house.
Fred proposes that we check from the bottom up. Finish off the cellar and then go upstairs.
Yeah, there were like rooms upstairs we didn't
Please
look
don't
in.
go down here, please.
All right, I'll just throw you all into the cellar then.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
I mean, hey man, if he wants to trap us in the cellar.
Give you the description of this cellar room again.
Shaggy, Scooby, how about you guys check out if there's anything in the furniture, and Velma and I will go check out the room.
I will shake down the room and have Scooby put the
He's
Scooby
still on
sniff on
case.
things.
Investigating this door, you can see that it's kind of seemed to have swollen and kind of stuck into its frame. Doesn't it seems to be stuck as you try and open it.
I'm gonna try kicking down the door.
Give me an athletics check. DC
Yay.
13.
Nice.
You kick open the door and are able to open it.
Woo! I solved your door puzzle.
It appears to be some servants' living quarters. You see kind of what appears to be 2 contains a pair of kind of wood-framed beds and a couple of narrow wardrobes and an old rug. There's a little wooden shelf on one side with a pair of candlesticks on top of them that are unlit.
Fred's gonna rummage around, see if there's anything to find in here.
As you rummage around, you don't seem to find anything of value. The wardrobes are empty. The beds are, bare and actually like kind of molded and very much seemingly
Oh,
not in good shape.
I'm going to come in and turn and twist the candlesticks. See if they unlock a secret door.
Nothing happens. The candlesticks just kind of pop out. They don't appear to be attached to anything. You just kind of like lift them off. They appear to be just functional, not especially nice candlesticks. Yeah, that's all there really is into this room.
Looks like this was a dead end. Shaggy, Scooby, how are things going out here?
Like, still looking.
Yep. There appears to be just nothing in the furniture. They're just, in various states of kind of decay.
Like, not even crumbs.
Is there still whispers coming from the well?
Yep, you do kind of as you're kind of straining your ears, you hear that little whisper of "I can't get out." That's kind of coming from the well.
I don't know if we can do anything for them. I don't think we can help him.
Rummaging through the furniture, there's nothing really more to him. Um, the there is a couple of old barrels that you realize are filled with some kind of alcohol that has probably turned to vinegar, just because they are not properly taken care of or anything. And some of the barrels seem to be like leaking a little bit. Gives a weird smell to the room.
Yummy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's this floor marked off.
I'm gonna go in with my alchemist kit, take a couple samples. One sample from each barrel.
What about
I
that
got
door?
my
Have you
chill
checked it?
power on, so when he got
That was
back
the room we
up-
just
Yeah,
checked.
we just checked. That's the servants' quarters.
Okay, so we've cleared the basement. There are like 2 rooms upstairs we didn't check. A staircase with a locked door and another
Oh
room.
no, I think
And how thoroughly do I think that these guys checked the kitchen?
The kitchen fairly thoroughly.
Okay.
In fact, they gave it multiple passes.
We'll probably
with-
give it another one before we go.
I guess with that, I'm going to throw you guys up to just the second floor real quick. So, and kind of skip over the initial floor.
Been at least 20 minutes since we had a snack, so.
Oop.
Okay, there's no fog of war. Where
Oh,
did we come from? I mean, is what I'm asking.
You came from
You've
where
never been up
Scrappy
here.
is.
Okay.
Sorry. Came up the stairs here.
Oh, I see what you're
They
saying.
were the
Gotcha.
stairs in the
Sorry.
parlor.
Awesome. Cool. I needed to know like where we came from.
Yep.
And which room did the other 3 check out?
This
Like
door
the
here.
door on the left.
All right.
yeah.
That's where I
Door
found the book.
here.
No, not right, left.
This is the door that they've checked. It's still open.
All right.
They did go up this little spiral staircase that ended in a door, but they did not open it.
There are some annoying
door
birds
here
up
that's
there
open.
just asking to be for trouble.
This right here is another door, and then appears like the hallway curves at the end.
Oh,
This room
All
is
right.
where we found the book. And there's a stairway that goes up to a nursery where we fought
no,
the
he's back on me.
creepy
I thought I killed him.
ghost.
Huh. Well, there's a door here, and unless anybody stops me, I'm opening it.
All right, the door opens. Appears to be a simple guest room that hasn't been disturbed in years. It's there are thick coats of dust and cobwebs covering everything. Though as you kind of look up, there appears to be a hole in the ceiling that seems to go up into the floor above.
Does it look like a hole that was broken, or like a hole that was like
It looks
bored?
like like the wood had rotted and just broken
Okay.
away. You see some scatterings of it on the ground in this room that is actually covered with dust.
Hey, watch your step, gang. Looks like some of the wood is rotting. There's too much dust here. I don't think this place has what we're looking for.
I'll go into the next room. The open door.
Yep. This one appears to also be a similar bedroom. The only difference is that the door was open and that the ceiling is intact. Shaggy, give me a quick investigation check. You notice you didn't think to check last time, but you notice that those footprints that you kind of had seen in the dust floor up here, you see that some of them seem to go to the door just south of you, and that some seem to go around the corner of the hallway below.
Ooh, let's open that door and look.
This door seems to open up into the master bedroom. A spacious bedroom with decorated walls, with some rusty oil lamps. There's a large 4-poster stands against the south wall, and its bedposts are kind of carved to look like stags and wolves. Above the stone hearth, there's another deer head, or not deer head. It's just a pair of elk antlers. A bare writing desk. The windows on the far wall actually have drapes, but it appears like the windows open up a crack.
Is there a padlock on the locks on this one too?
The simple writing desk doesn't have any drawers. And there's also an empty dog kennel in the southeast corner.
Hey,
also
gang.
going off of your... Yes.
Hey, gang, jackpot. There's probably some clues in here.
At the mention of clues, Velma and Fred come running.
Good, I was hoping they would do that.
And Scrappy's going to check out the current kennel. Look for treats that were left behind, buried.
Give me a couple of investigation checks.
Well, Scrappy only has perception, but Velma will do investigation.
Oof.
Nice.
Scrappy finds what he thinks is a treat, but when he has it, he makes the mistake and realizes, oh, that wasn't a treat.
Yeah, it's a
That
chocolate
was
or
a
poop.
left under, not a leftover.
Chocolate or poop. Chocolate or poop.
Fred and Velma, you both find that while there's not much in the way of valuables in the room, you do find that it looks like the bed itself has been recently used, and recently used by multiple people. And you find out messing around that one of the bedposts right by where Fred is turns counterclockwise, and there's a little click as a secret door is revealed. One that apparently I had missed and didn't actually add to the map. I will correct that real quick. If you'll give me a second. But
Looks like somebody had a sleepover here recently.
Yeah.
A lot of people sleeping here for an abandoned house.
While they're shaking down that room, I'm going to go peek around the corner.
All right.
Ooh, is this a secret room? Oh,
Nope. That should be good enough. Ba-da-da, boop. Yep. You found what appears to be a secret entrance to this little loft area. Shaggy's
Hmm.
peeking around the corner. You see that it kind of turns. There's a open window to your, left, and then on the south side of the thing, and then there's a door at the end.
hey Velma, come check this out. And Fred's going just into the secret area.
Yep.
And I come back and look, and they're not in the room.
Well, you
Why-
see an
Where'd
open part of
everybody
the wall.
go?
I'm imagining just one of those classic little Scooby things where it's like, the rest of the gang is looking the other way. One of the members like clicks something, and the wall just like rotates, taking it to the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
Yep.
As we both step in here, the wall shuts behind us just for long enough for Shaggy to freak out.
Yeah.
We're in here, Shaggy.
Oh, no, I thought the dust kid got you.
It looks like some sort of explosion had damaged the 2 upper levels of the tower, creating kind of a gapping hole between where you are and kind of the upper floor, and kind of covers this whole area in soot. Soot appears like half the floor of the floor above has kind of collapsed into this room. You can kind of see the wreckage on the map. There is a kind of a wooden staircase amongst the wreckage, and while it's sort of still standing, it's very much looks like it's not fit to hold anyone.
It's okay, we'll send Scrappy up.
Yep.
Is this a desk at the bottom?
Nope. It looks to be part of a kind of a hearth fireplace.
Well, hey,
I'm going to
last
look
time Velma
around.
found a fireplace, she investigated it, so...
I'm going to see
I'm
if
look-
I can determine what caused the explosion. Look like a spell or chemicals or...
Give me a investigation check as well as a history check. Fred, as you also give me an investigation check as you look at the furnace or the fireplace. It looking through, it does appear to be more of a chemical explosion than anything else. And through your kind of knowledge and just you remember that the Baron dabbled in alchemy. Fred, the fireplace looks old, dusty, and full of soot. You kind of glance up though, and you see that there's a similar entrance on the floor above, or not entrance, but little opening. And there's like a grate that kind of separates it.
So it appears that the only way to get up to the 3rd floor were these steps. Is that what
No,
you said?
like at the end of the other hallway, there is a stairway going up. Back this way.
Glancing up, you actually see kind of on the edge of the half like broken floor or of the upper floor of the tower, there are a couple of the ravens that you saw are kind of looking down at you. Yeah.
By the way, I feel like maybe I should do this. Because I just realized that I can do it 3 times and not 1 time. I'm gonna use my Divine Sense, which does that. Till the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you.
Give me a quick second. I need to check something.
Go ahead. I'm just like over here, like realizing, like, oh yeah, there's a lot of ghosts here. Or theoretically, a lot of ghosts.
You get a ping of 3 undead coming from the graveyard at like the edge of your radius.
Oh, fun, fun.
Other than that, you no, yeah, no, that's all you get from your little ping. Oh, actually, let me check one thing that I just remembered that's of note in here. Nope, never mind. Yep, that's it.
And I guess since the graveyard was within the radius when I was down that way.
Mhm.
Says you also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated. Is the graveyard either of those things?
I didn't realize it also did this consecrated or desecrated. You get 2 pings of desecrated. One where you sense a similar or where you sense the undead in the graveyard, and you get another one from right above you.
Oh, fun! Yeah.
But it seems to be very more of a smaller kind of localized thing for the one that's above you.
Hey, gang, keep an eye out. I sense some undead in the graveyard, and I sense both that that graveyard is desecrated and that there's something bad above us. Something desecrated up there too.
It normally says if it's blocked by something or not, but I guess it's not.
So if it's not behind total cover.
Oh.
Is it? Oh, I missed that. My bad. It's fine. Oh, you have a window near you. You're fine.
Those
I
are
looked out the
holes in the
window.
ceiling, and
Yeah, holes in the ceiling, window.
cracks and things.
It's fine. It's my mistake. Anyways,
There's something supernatural here, and I want to figure out what it is.
you go to the top of the spiral staircase right there, and there's a closed door at the top. Yeah.
Right behind you, Shaggy.
I'm just not throwing anybody on the other map for a second, just because there's not enough room at the moment, unless you guys go through the door.
Well, Shaggy, you're in front of the party. You get to go through the door first.
The door does appear to be a bit swollen and kind of stuck in its frame.
Ah, shit. Guess this is Fred's trap, huh?
Is it locked, or is it just? Does it look like it's swollen shut?
It just looks like it's swollen shut. Does not appear to be locked. It just appears to be stuck.
Yeah, I don't know what your strength is, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a paladin, so yeah, Fred's gonna scooch his way on up there. And he's
Rangers can be strong.
Ascot power.
He's got the power of Ascots, and he's
give
gonna
me
go
an
ahead
athletics
and,
check.
woo. Oh shit! It was almost a 20.
You kind of ram into the thing, and then you're like, there's a, hear like a little crack, and there's like, things shudder, but it does not budge. Give me just another check real quick.
I was just a little bit winded from the steps, Oh my gosh.
This, unfortunately, is a DC 12. Oh, sorry, DC 13. So you hit, there's another crack. You look like, or you think either one strong hit will either break the door off its hinges or will open it. Give me just one more check. Don't roll a nat 1 and it'll be open one way
Well,
or
don't
another.
say that. I'm about to roll one.
This time you hit, and the door does not break open, but does swing open, but appears to be quite heavily dented in the center.
Yeah. That'll do it. And Fred moves into the room so that everybody can get up the stairs.
Yep. I'm just gonna throw you on the map. Do. The room is a bit cramped as there are some holes in the floor and apparently ceiling, as I forgot as I reread the description of the room. But I guess kind of throw you all into the room. Room description. Yeah. There are two kind of gaping holes in the ceiling that are also in the floor, kind of where the dotted lines are. Kind of go down to the second bedroom. There's kind of scattered bits and pieces of the roof and the floor and some dried leaves along with some bird droppings that kind of cover this room. You can see here, like from where the edges of where the floor is and the roof, it's kind of starting to continue to rot and probably get worse over time. There's two kind of wooden bed frames, one of which appears to be kind of almost teetering on the edge of one of the holes. And between them, there appears to be a storage trunk with a rusty padlock right where Shaggy would be.
Padlock.
Kind of built into the window box, so it'd be just right above where he is, by the window.
All right, I'd like to try to pick that lock.
Alrighty, give me a thieves tools check. DC 12.
No. Can't believe he said the DC after he rolled lower than it.
Doesn't matter. A fail is a fail.
Rip.
Yeah. You hear there's a crack of something. It's like, it doesn't quite open, but it does appear to be a bit fragile. Maybe a heavy hit will break it.
So I think he's.
Fred, let me borrow your ascot for a
Good, he
second.
didn't turn around.
My ascot.
Here, you break it.
Yeah.
Here, I don't want to break anything that's inside, so instead of my warhammer, I'll use my light hammer.
Alrighty, give me a just roll a an attack.
Yep.
Alright, roll damage. Yep, that's enough to do it. As you kind of bring your light hammer down on the rusted lock and break it open, opening up the little trunk. Do you find there is what appears to be a set of studded leather armor, sized for a portly adult human, along with a leather helm, a heavy crossbow, and a little wooden case with the monogram BB, and 2 hunting traps.
Ooh, traps! Sorry.
I'm also noticing, I forgot to mention, there's also 2 wardrobes on the south side of the wall. One of which is in the corner, kind of just on the other side of where the holes are.
I'm kind of dexterous. I'm going to try to get over there without falling in the hole.
Give me an acrobatics check. While you do that, the little wooden case with a little monogram on it, kind of opening that, it contains 15 crossbow bolts with crimson fletching. Appears to be nicely preserved. Yep, easily enough, you kind of deftly kind of step and kind of jump over to the corner where this wardrobe is. The wardrobe is not closed or locked in any means, but opening it, you find there appears to be some relatively nice kept robes with some kind of crimson red sashes that are kind of hung up in the room or in the wardrobe.
Are they old and dusty, or did they look clean? You
They
said
look
well kept.
they look clean. Or yeah,
Clean-ish.
there's three, oh, half of them are clean. There's a total of 5 robes, 3 of which are kind of clean with these kind of darker robes with scarlet sashes. And then there's 2 others that appear to be more brown and older that are dusty. There's also a pair of there's a couple pairs of wood or leather sandals that are at the bottom that are um uh seem new as well.
There's
Do
3
the
of them.
ropes or sashes look kind of
downstairs?
like uniforms?
They do kind of look like uniforms, yeah.
Looks like they've been given disguises. Maybe we should wear them.
Perfect. I'll toss a
I
robe and
better
a sash to
move.
Fred,
Yeah,
and
better
another robe and a
move.
sash to Velma, and another
Oh
robe
no,
and a
he went the
sash
other
to
way. He
Scooby.
went the other way, so they're lucky.
Yeah.
Suddenly,
That's
the
all
Shaggy's
3
not
of
gonna
them,
wear
right?
one.
Yeah.
The dog.
There is a door right here, right below Scooby, in case it's not
So
can't
I'll
quite tell.
switch my really big one with Fred's really small one.
Yeah.
And we'll
Yeah.
put them on, whoosh, put their sash on, put our hood up.
I will
So now
note.
we're disguised.
Fred squirreled away those hunting traps. He loves traps. That's like one of the only like the only real things I know about his character. He likes traps, so he's taken them.
Yep. Yep, totally all right. You got 2 hunting traps.
Woo.
They appear to be nicely kept.
All right, Scooby, now that we're disguised, open the door.
Okay. I go sniffing in.
Yep. This room, there's another kind of hole in the ceiling. This appears to be a bit of a storage space. Appears like much of this has kind of fallen prey to the elements due to the hole in the ceiling. There's a number of old chairs and tables, benches, hunting trophies, rugs, a standing mirror, and similarly unwanted decor. Leaning against the east side of the wall, there's 6 flat rectangular objects that are wrapped in canvas sheets. Appears to be framed pictures or mirrors that seem to be the best well kept as they are the furthest from the hole in the roof. Everything else appears to be, decaying or just having suffered due to the weather over the years.
Don't worry, Scooby.
Take a
As you enter and start to look at stuff, looks to be from behind one of the furnitures. A raven kind of flies out up and then through the roof, through the hole in the roof.
Well, that bird had to come from somewhere.
Yeah, like the hole in the roof.
Don't worry, Scooby. Those 3 people in the mirror in robes, that's us.
Oh, ooh.
I do want to check out where that bird came from, but first, Fred is gonna start like lifting canvases and look at the paintings, and he's looking for I think you said she was a blonde woman that he saw in the locket. He's looking for her.
Right. Looking at the kind of canvas stuff, appears to be 2 of the 6 canvas sheets or things covered in canvas sheets are mirrors that seem to have some gilded frames, while the other 4 seems to be some wood framed oil paintings. The one of the paintings depicts 3 deer grazing on a hilltop, backlit by the dawn. Another shows a gray mastiff with a dead duck in its mouth. Looks to be the happiest boy, proudest boy.
Oh.
A third depicts an armored human knight on a hippogriff, both shown in profile. The knight's shield bears the holy symbol of Torm, a god of courage and self-sacrifice. And the fourth painting is a portrait of the Baron and the Baroness, along with their gray mastiff. The Baron is seated in a chair, with the mastiff sleeping at his feet, and his wife standing by his side. The Baroness image very much matches the image in the locket. They both appear to be kind of mid-50s in the picture. The Baron appears to be kind of a stout, well-dressed, but a little bit portly man. While the Baroness is a tall, kind of thinner woman with the, blonde hair with some gray in the temple.
All right. Does the dude on the hippogriff look like it might be the Baron? I'm going from the assumption that the person in the locket is the Baroness, and then found out, okay, that's what the Baron looks like from the picture of the two of them.
Yeah. While it appears to be probably a much younger version of him, probably back in his prime, it does appear to be a depiction of the Baron.
Huh.
Due to the similar, facial features from what you can tell. But very much appears to be a younger version of him.
Well, that's a little odd. The Baron looks like he worshipped Torm, but this locket that he had has the symbol of Sunni.
Maybe she gave it to him and she worshipped Sune.
That's a good idea.
Where did the raven come from? While he's looking at those, I want to look at that.
Hidden behind some of the furniture that was in the room.
We'll go look at that while he's looking at the pictures. See if there's anything particular hidden back there.
Give me a quick investigation check. Looking through, you find what appears to be like a hidden kind of open and empty small little chest. It was hidden behind a couple of the furnitures where the raven seemed to have come from. It is open and empty.
Hey, Scooby, come check this out. Sniff it and see if you can tell if anybody has taken anything out of this recently.
Give me a perception check with advantage.
Nice.
You smell something, or there's the smell of bird, but you also get the smell of decaying flesh from it within the little box.
Blech. Smells good.
However, it seems to be just smell. You don't see any trace signs of blood or flesh or anything that would give off that smell. Just that the smell is within the box, and it seems to be quickly fading.
So it seemed like something recently came and took. That was those undead that Fred was talking about, maybe.
Got that one.
Well, we know where they
That was
are.
my first 100 points. I'm like, oh, let me get
Is there anything on the back of those paintings? Any recently torn things hidden in there? Behind any of the paintings?
That's a good question. Fred's gonna look.
Give me an investigation check.
Woo, I love untrained investigation checks.
Hey, I've been making them all night.
Same.
Admittedly, it was one of those cases of I didn't actually think about the fact that this one skill would be used primarily for a mystery thing.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Thankfully,
Um,
we're all fairly smart and have a decent roll at it, anyways.
Yeah. um,
Except for Fred, he
checking
just gets lucky.
yeah.
Fred just stumbles upon things, guys. It's fine.
Upon on the back of the portrait of the Baron and the Baroness, you while up here, you blah, 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 blah. You find kind of etched kind of into the back a little subtly, but you kind of find it what appears to be like a rough kind of map, or a rough, like, square with or larger kind of box with 4 smaller rectangles inside, with the with the leftmost one, or actually no, how they would arrange it was the south, or the bottom one, the rectangles would be long ways would be parallel with the box, but the bottom rectangle has a X kind of within it.
Hey Velma, how about you copy this into your journal, and Fred's gonna like pick up the frame and like hold the backside out to her.
So I don't.
Give me a intelligence check.
Okay. You'll say as a player, I'm not picturing what you're talking about, but she
I'm
might be
doing
able
a
to
poor
figure
job
it
of
out.
explaining it, I'm pretty sure.
No, she doesn't know.
Oh no.
Fred also Fred and Shaggy also give me either intelligence or wisdom. Just a straight check for either of those.
Nice. There we go.
Nice.
Right.
Fred and Shaggy, you can tell that it's a layout just like the graveyard, with the X1 being the grave that would have been the southmost grave, so Siliphane's grave, having an X in it.
Like X marks the spot.
I mean,
Does that mean we have to dig up a creepy grave?
I think it might.
Zoinks!
Velma, did you find anything when you were looking at the furniture, looking for where the bird was?
Just that box that Scooby checked out.
Well, gang, I guess it's time to go dig up a grave.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
Have we happened to pass by any shovels on any of these floors?
Yeah.
No, but we're going through the kitchen again. One more check.
Actually, I need to check something, and might do.
By the way, this is just a hunch, but I think
There
if we try
apparently is a shovel in the cloakroom, which is the first room from the entrance that you would have seen.
cool. Yeah.
It would have been actually, yep. It was hanging from like the little hooks by the entrance, a shovel and a rake.
All right. I've got a feeling that when we try to dig up that grave, the undead that I sensed are maybe gonna try to stop us. But that's okay, guys. Is there anything else we want to check out on the way down there?
I can't think of anything. I think we're good.
All right.
Cool. Then
So,
I will throw you
we're
guys
going
to
to the graveyard.
Yep. I will throw you there. Give me a second to pull up the right map. Wah. Along Scooby and Scrappy.
The Scrappy will start digging with his paws. Big dirt goes flying behind him into a
Scooby
pile.
will help.
I will say Scooby and Scrappy, between the two of them, you can do a athletics check or strength check with advantage, or have them each roll. And then whoever's shoveling, also give me a athletics check.
That should definitely be
It's gotta be
Scooby.
Fred. Oh,
Yeah.
Definitely be Scooby. Scrappy is not the strongest.
well,
Scooby's fairly decent.
you know the soil here is like it's like clay, so it's
Scooby
really
has
hard to,
advantage. There you go. Perfect. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I cannot roll an 18.
Nice,
Highest. If I roll a 20, it's a 17. So
nice. Yeah.
Yep. You do.
doesn't mean he's not helping, though. Might be a bone buried here.
Scooby's doing a great job because we bribed him with Scooby snacks.
Yep. So you guys are making, quick work. As you get about, Velma would kind of inform you, like typically people will be, are buried roughly 6 feet under. And as you get to around 5 feet down, with, Scrappy and Scooby kind of, helping along with, Fred, as you get about 5 feet down, and you how to describe this, as you get about 5 feet down, two little decaying hands kind of pop out, try to grab onto Scooby and Scrappy, as well as kind of bursting from the last kind of foot of dirt, the upper half of what looks to be a scarecrow tries to attack Fred, and I'll need everyone to roll.
Scarecrow.
Yep. Apparently, I misremembered when I gave you 3. It would have been 2 presences, not 3.
Oh, fun.
That's my
fun.
bad.
They took. But the other one left since we've been up there. Well, they took the corpse away, so. Oh, we're just
No,
rolling? Okay, let me roll.
Yep. Just roll initiative as I grab.
He
these
said,
up.
"Everybody roll," and then I just kind of assumed initiative because
Oh,
we trailed off.
Apologies.
Scrappy got an 8.
Oh, yep. 8, and then Scooby got 7.
I think everybody in the grave was not expecting things to grab them from within the grave, so that's why we all rolled low.
Yep. For my sake, I'm going to shift things a little bit. Doop.
Ah, nice. Okay.
They do get a surprise round, so this first round you guys are unable to act. Because, well, actually, no, I'll just roll their attacks and we'll go right into initiative, because that's all it really would be. Scarecrow apparently makes 2 little claw attacks. That has a miss and a miss as they've kind of come up or kind of burst out, still kind of like tearing themselves out of the last foot of dirt, kind of as they kind of claw or onto your armor, but you kind of just bring your shield up Or actually, no, you'd be using. They just basically glance off your armor. That's all for them. Or the crawling claws will get off one attack, which is just one on Scooby and then one on Scrappy as they all try to miss. And that is a hit. As it manages to get a good grip onto Scrappy, kind of clawing into him before, as they kind of find their spaces on either side of the grave, with Fred and the Scarecrow being in the grave. Meaning you guys are 5 feet down. That is hard to read for some reason. I will have to. Actually, do we have better?
It's just the theme.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, so you guys are just 5 feet down. And we'll get into initiative proper, starting with Velma, as you hear kind of the dogs and Fred kind of yell out as they're attacked.
So it says, as an action, a creature can drink the elixir or administer it to an incapacitated creature. Can I also administer it to a capacitated creature? Somebody who's not
I would
knocked
say
out?
yes.
Right, so I'm going to run over. Open wide, Scooby, and whoosh, throw this elixir into his mouth, and he will have boldness. The drinker can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to every attack and saving throw they make for the next minute. And I'll apply that to him.
Rawberry.
And then I'll step over here.
Sounds good. I'm going to actually lock tokens this now. Brings us to Shaggy.
Set the experimental elixir.
I'm going to step around to here. And earlier I cast a hunter's mark, which has, I believe, a duration of an hour. So it should still be going.
Yep, it would still be going. It has not been an hour yet.
Then we'll use a bonus act to tag the Scarecrow with my hunter's mark. I should still have it on me on the combat tracker.
I do.
Okay. And then I'm going to knock and fire an arrow. Zoinks. There you go. Take that, you creepy pumpkin head.
Nice. Scarecrows go. It's kind of, as it's now fully uncovered, gets like an arrow lodged into the side that seems to be sort of unbothered by it. You watch him as its faux eyes stare at you, Fred, and then kind of glow slightly, and I need you to make a wisdom save, DC 11. Alright.
Yay.
You like feel a paralyzing fear kind of come on before you just, fight through it. Not letting this, sack of hay try and intimidate you. This little claw is going to attack Scooby again, but miss. And the other claw is going to try and get at Scrappy again. Actually, yeah.
Come on, let me at him.
Ooh,
Yeah.
this might be bad. Yep.
Scrappy goes down and is Yeah, Scrappy just kind of does the boxer stance and the crawling claw, just like levitates for a second, makes a fist, and just punches him before crawling, landing back on the ground and crawling. There's little like birdies flying around his head as he's laying on the ground. That brings us to Scrappy, who, for purposes of this, I'm just gonna say he gets death save. So just roll me a d20. Oof.
Uh-oh. He's just got to make it super dramatic.
Yeah. Alrighty.
His
brings us to
legs
Scooby.
twitching, and he makes little noises like he's chasing a rabbit in his dreams.
Brings us to Scooby with Fred on deck.
All right. Scooby gets pack tactics because Fred's standing next to him.
You left a body double over here.
He's going to take care of this claw in front of him.
Nice. That's a hit. Good hit.
Shake it apart.
They are not immune to prone, so feel. Oh, wait, it's dead. Never mind.
He's dead.
As I'm realizing, oh wait, nope, doesn't matter. They only have like 2 hit points. As you just bite it, shake it apart as it kind of goes flinging.
Gonna move around, trying to get around there to save
Don't
Scrappy.
come over here. Don't do it.
Get that hand off of him.
Don't do
But
it.
that's the end of my turn.
No.
Alrighty, that brings us to Fred.
All right, well, Fred couldn't protect Scrappy earlier, but now I can pull out my shield. So Fred's pulling out his shield, and then he's gonna try to like hold it between him and the Scarecrow, as he's gonna go ahead and use some of his lay on hands on Scrappy. What is Scrappy's like? How much health does he have? Like
8.
8.
Okay.
Go ahead and use it all if you need to.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and heal him for 8. Let me target him.
Alright, Velma, you are on deck.
Quick question: are they, even though they're one's in the pit, are they considered adjacent to each other? The hand and
Yes.
the Scarecrow.
I would say yes.
Nice. All right, so I move over a little bit and take out this little spray bottle, and acid shoots at them. It's been a moment since I've done this. Choose one creature or 2 creatures. All right, so it's just a flat save. Okay. Clank, clank. Haha.
Nice.
Okay, so they both take 4 damage. And the kills the claw as it burns and sort of shakes and quivers, and smoke comes from it as it collapses. And a little section of the Scarecrow's shoulder smolders.
Me again, huh? All right.
Thanks for helping out, Scrappy.
As a bonus action, I will transfer my hunter's mark to the Scarecrow.
It was already on the scarecrow.
Oh, was it? I thought it was on
Yeah.
the hand. All right, it's on the scarecrow. You're right, because I did shoot him.
Oh no.
Scooby just
Not-
ran in front of you, man. So
Yeah. Do you have a fumble table or?
I do not. So we're fine. Yeah, you just shoot an arrow and it just like skids off of the gravestone right in front of you.
Instead of letting go of the bowstring, I let go of the bow and it cracks me in the face.
Brings us to the scarecrow, who is just going to try and slash out twice at Fred. Miss. It's getting better slowly as it's just goes just across your shield, which has this nice little
it's a very confined space. Not a lot of way to move around. He's got this giant shield in front of him.
yeah, it's basically just like the shield's basically just taking up the whole area as it's like just trying to grab around. It's just like only getting like the edges and not really getting there. But that brings us to Scrappy, who is prone.
Nice little bounce up. Boing. All right. Yeah, see? And as he kicks the little dead one, and then sees a scarecrow. And will do his fourth strike. Ha!
That is a hit.
And he does 1d4 plus 2 force damage. Just bam, it hits him in the side. 4 points of damage. And then he's going to move out of the way so that in case Scooby wants to come closer, not have to go around this tombstone. And I cannot pass the turn, though.
Brings us to Scooby. There is a tombstone kind of between him and the scarecrow at the moment. You can't attack, but you'd be at a -2.
He's gonna step to the side, right there.
Is there any sort of flanking bonus?
No, but I still
I
get
will
pack
say not at the
tactics.
moment. Yeah, I will say just for how him being like in the grave, it's not going to apply for the moment.
Yeah.
Nice. Drop the 6. Cool.
Tear off some of the hay off of its arm, but it's still Hulton strong. Kind of like just braces against the side of the grave.
Like, I saw a movie once where these things were flammable.
All
Bring this
right.
to Fred.
Fred gets to pull out his warhammer. And I think he is going to reposition so that he's hopefully flanking with Scooby. Up there.
Yeah, you kind of climb out the grave, and yeah, I'll say that's flanking at this point with Scrappy, so you got a +4.
Nice. All right, and he's gonna go ahead and take a swing at this thing.
Playing some good old whack-a-mole. I have the high ground.
I have the high ground, Anakin. Does this thing feel like it counts as an undead?
No. I misspoke earlier. It would have been 2 counts of undead, not 3.
Were the undead the hands? I think it was the hands.
The hands were very much undead.
Okay, well, a lot of my stuff does stuff to undead. No, I'm just doing damage. Boop.
Now
nice
you
damage.
can smite if you want. You said you've never played a paladin before, so.
Doesn't smite only work on like undead?
No, it does.
No,
it just
smite will
does
work
an
on-
extra die on
Yeah.
undead.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll smite then.
All right. I
You
believe
want me
it's
to
good
just
to
roll
add to
2d8?
your. Yeah, so
It
just roll.
adds an
Yeah, roll
extra
2d8.
D8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Takes an extra 9. That puts you to
And it uses up one of your
32.
spell slots.
Yeah.
Still standing, looking pretty rough. Its head is now more of it part of its just body. It's kind of even with its shoulders for the top of its head, but it's still kind of going.
Oh, actually,
Very much looks like it's falling apart at the seams, but it's still going. That
I
does
might
bring
have
us
to
up
be
to.
next to. Oh,
Oh,
I'm gonna move back next to Scrappy actually, so just in case I can do protection fighting stuff.
all right. Then I'll just shift you down
Yeah.
as you just kind of like hop out of the grave, whack him, then hop back into the grave.
I mean, it's worked for me so far.
Yep, that brings us to Velma.
Okay, so she would actually stay where she was then.
All right.
Say, all right, watch out, Fred. Move back. And it's gonna pour this vial of that, and it just keeps pouring as this spew comes down the scarecrow. Oh, I thought that was. There's no damage on this. Hold on a second. It says.
Well, damage ongoing. I think that's all it does.
Creature takes 2d4 at the start of its turns. Okay, so I'll take away one of those. All right, so that's it.
All right. Brings us to Shaggy. The thing is covered in acid. It looks really bad.
Let's help this thing rest in pieces. Nice. I don't think he's gonna get to the acid.
Oh.
Oh, it just might.
Is if I
No,
roll
With a
like
2 and a
that.
1.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that will actually do it to where. Yeah. As
There we go.
another arrow
There we
slugs
go.
into it, the acid starts to burn into it as it just slowly starts to kind of dissolve and collapse in on itself. Bring us to the end of that.
All right. All right. So
And you guys are kind of all, calming down after the end of the fight. Kind of breathing. Fred, you kind of look down. You're like still kind of standing on a roughly like a, thin layer of dirt that didn't get like upheaved by the scarecrow and whatnot, but you can see kind of what appears to be more kind of from the portion that they got kind of upheaval. There's like a portion of reinforced like wood that appears to be just like a section like below, not quite a casket, but more seems to be like reinforcing the area around the where a casket would lay. Just kind of roughly right below you. And as you guys kind of breathing, kind of getting, calming down from the fight. You hear a caw kind of from a raven as what appears to be the raven that was in the graveyard earlier kind of like swoops back in and kind of into the grave, resting kind of into the portion where the remains of the scarecrow is, kind of in that reinforced portion of the grave, where it kind of like lands on the ground in front of you before it kind of seems to lay down, and after a moment it seems to fade away, disappearing.
very nice.
Did anybody else just see that crow, that raven, disappear?
I guess to be more accurate, it looks like it almost faded into shadow.
Another mystery solved. We can put this one to rest. close my journal with a snap. All right. So thank you very much, Nick. Appreciate it. I know we ran a little bit
Thanks
long.
for DMing.
Yep.
But
That was fun.
it's
Well, I'm
great.
glad you guys had fun. It's wasn't fully sure how it would turn out because of how the kind of open-ended the mystery was.
That's right.
Yeah.
Had we just dug instead of going back into the house.
There's a couple of different ways
finished,
a mystery could have ended. A couple of open-ended things that you guys didn't quite get to, or ended up just not turning out just of how what we focused on.
It was the
if there are
perfect
any
amount.
questions,
No. I look forward to future one-shots. This one was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I
glad you
got
had fun.
out my inner Shaggy.
That's
And
I
right.
so
had a lot of
you
fun
guys
with
You
us
did really
just
well.
like leaning into the Scooby-Doo tropes of,
Exactly.
oh wow,
Let's-
hey, you guys that are scared, how about you go into the obviously bad part and we'll just like hang out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
And I got to do a really bad Shaggy voice.
It was fun.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun. Just listening to you guys go off as well. Yeah.
Another thing I could riff on all nights is Muppets.
Oh, there you go. I had to do a Savage World or something. The Muppets.
I want to do a Savage World Muppets Ravenloft.
It's like Muppets go to New York Savage World.
Kermit and
Anyway.
Strahd, yes.
Yes, Kermit.
Oh my god.
Oh, that would be.
So what does that make Miss Piggy?
hilarious.
Anyway,
Well, no, actually, if I was going to do a Muppets Ravenloft, Count to Count would have to be Strahd.
Yeah.
There is
Exactly.
no other.
all right. Well,
Oh.
hey, next week we're back in with our Nashville group, and Sunday we've got Donald Flame also with Jingo. So feel free to come back and say hi. Wednesday we've got our late night group. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and whatever else you do. Check out Martian Cat and Jingo's streams, and enjoy the rest of your day. Say good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, guys.